First of all, the main blocks, these are starting points. They have a couple of specifications. First, on candle block, that's right here. It's triggered or initiates process when any kind of candle is closed, starting from 10-second candle to 1 week candle. So the main trick here is to filter these candles with if block. We compare on candle variable and get the candle period and compare it to default variable period that strategy is working on. That's the main thing here. What else? First, on candle trigger, new variables appear: last ask candle and last bid candle. They contain all data of candles: high, low, close, volume, period, instrument parameter, and candle time. So only these variables are changed on candle trigger. The main trick, or maybe specification, that other variables, trade event or on tick, are not changing in this time. So if it's really recommended to use only on candle variables in on candle flow. So it's the common mistake when people using last trade event variable and checking it in on candle flow, something like that, and that creates a problem, because when no trade has happened on account, trade event variable will be empty. The parameter will be null. So in this situation, I've created this if block will create an error. The least would be just exception in the code. The worst would be strategy stop. It depends on strategy settings, would be stop on exception or not. So this block is strongly not recommended. But if you are sure that at least one trade has happened or trade event has happened, then you can check trade event. So we can just fix this strategy a little. We check the candle period, then we check, for example, position, all position amount. If it's not equal to 0, for example, it's more than 0. So here we are sure that at least one trade order or position was opened. Here we can check the trade event. And other trick that this variable will return parameter of last trade event. So if position was, for example, opened and then closed, it will return position close, and you will not be able to reach data of, for example, position open. So you have to work carefully with these variables. You can use on tick data, but it will return only the last tick. So it would be data on candle close, bid and ask. It would not create any problem. On tick trade event, that's the main thing about these 3 blocks. Okay, we continue. Let's walk through all blocks from top to bottom. Variables, check. No, we will start from variable block. What we can see here, this part is here. We see here default variables. We can not delete them because it's minimum information that is needed for strategy to work. But we can add more parameters for the strategy when we create, for example, some variable, some kind of setting, integer, and when we set this variable to global, then this setting would be asked before strategy start, and it would be, and if it's used in strategy code, then it would be a setting for the strategy. For example, we can use this parameter as indicator period safe. For example, if our strategy contain EMA where we're using this setting, its time period, and by default we should set value different from 0, 13, and only in this situation we can use it as period. So if we change setting, we will change the time period of EMA. What else can we say about variables? String data. Don't think there is something interesting here. Account settings. That exactly that it says. Account ID, account currency. That settings, constant settings of account. Equity, it's the current balance on account. Leverage, it's a leverage. Margin cut, that's the level when the first margin cut will happen. Overcount leverage, why it's integer, it's not understandable. Usually it's usually it's 1 to 30, so it can be integer, and it should be integer. Default leverage, we use 100. Use of leverage, that's used margin on your account. Global account, that's Boolean settings. If you're using global account, that would be true. That's theme for different webinar global accounts, but it can be retrieved from this block. Position 4 we'll go back later. Trade event, one candle on tick I've just described. Okay, let's start from any kind of indicator. Randomly, some March. Okay, any indicator has input values, incoming data, and output values. That's a result of calculation of indicator. So by default, it's instrument time period of candle shift. That's a shift in past candles. 0 means the current value on current candle. Shift 1, it says it will return value on previous candle, 1 candle back, so on, so on. These are specific settings of this indicator. March candle period, if we set new. And this indicator returns lots of data, returns several levels, something like pivot, I think. In result, all this data saved in variables later can be used in the strategy. So first, strategy should check maybe the trading time, then it should calculate indicators that it's using, and only then compare these variables and trade. Not so hard. Okay, strategies. Here we store our build strategies. So if we create some kind of strategy, click compiler build, this strategy will be saved in folder my strategies. Here we can get either visual file of the strategy, so the setting of blocks, or view the source code in Java. This is a result of compilation of these blocks. Later we can use it in JForex platform. Here some templates, predefined strategies, just examples, simple examples how to create strategies. And we go to the main thing, blocks of strategy. First, get historical candle or candles. Not a big difference. So first block returns only one candle variable, and it will contain, we can see it in auto-created variables, candle 17. Let's see. Here we got candle 17 and candles 18. First one is a single candle variable. Second is an array of candles. As we can see from this block, it contains 5 candles. How can we call these variables? Get historical single candle, it's easy. We can just retrieve any data on this candle. But if we need to check the array of candles, we have to use loop viewer. Here we set array of data that we are using. That would be array of candles. Then we set index variable save. This variable will be changed on every candle in the array. So this flow will happen 5 times. We will check 5 candles of array, and after the cycle ends, we will continue in this flow. What trick can be used here? No tricks, actually. We can create simple cycle. For example, we can search for the highest point in these 5 candles. First, we have to create the variable that's called highest high. Would be double, start value would be 0. Got it. Then with mathematical block assigned, we set it to 0 before starting cycle. Set to 0. One little trick about mathematical blocks. It's strongly recommended to use the same data type in variables. In this situation, for example, we're using double and double variables. That will work fine. But if we, for example, set highest high, we cannot change here. Let's create something new. Lowest low. And if it would be integer, save. And if we will try to save double data in integer, sometimes it will work fine. In this situation, there would be just pure 0. But if we change it to 1 point, no, we will change it 0.1. This block will create an exception and probably stop the strategy, because double variables cannot be stored in integer variable. So take care of data type. We don't need this. Highest high set to 0. Then in if block we check index candle highest point. We compare it with highest high. If it's more than highest high, then we reassign the variable. We set highest high of the candle to our created variable, only if it's greater than highest high. So in the result of this block, blocks in this variable highest high will be stored the highest point in these 5 candles. Usually it's not so difficult to create, so it's not even a trick, just an example. That's all. Next, info blocks. Got it? Logical blocks. We just use if block, most popular block in strategies, the main brain strategy. Loop year, we had an example. Multiple action block. It's really simple. It starts 1, 2, 3, 5 flows one by one. When first flow is finished, second flow starts. But with one little clue. Some people using multiple action block with some kind of cross. They use, for example, if blocks, and these if blocks ending in one multiple action block. The problem is that this let's say it would be some kind of trading block, open at market. This open at market block can happen 3 times. So first flow will contain if block, market block, and only when open at market block ends its work, the second flow will start. And, once again, open at market block will happen 3 times. Can happen 3 times. So it would be a little danger that maybe some kind of logic described by trader will be corrupted. So do not use this kind of cross. It's better to not to cross flows. For example, if we need 3 market blocks, we can create 3 of them separately. And here we can purely see how the strategy works. So do not use crosses and multiple action block. Next, position viewer. It's pretty the same as loop viewer, but it can work only with the arrays of positions. It's stored here. We got open positions, that exact positions, pending positions, that pending orders, stop orders, limit orders, bid and ask orders. If you need to get stop loss or take profit, this data would be stored in open position array. So, and all positions, that's sum of previous two arrays. It contains all the orders and positions. So we set array here and set index variable to be changed here. It's already, there is index. Would be short name. Works the same as loop viewer. Here would be a cycle, here would be the end of the cycle. Logical blocks done. The other trick concerning all the blocks that not maybe little amount of people using, that's information about current block. That short text description. You just click on the sign of the block. There would be I symbol, and here you can read what block usually does and how to use it. And sometimes it contains once again tips and tricks of that exact block. For example, we finished with logical blocks. If we, for example, using calculation expression block, not the easiest one. So if we click on manual, we can read how to use it, and there is a list of functions that we can use in this block. That's simple operations and not so simple. Exponential, square, and so on and so on. So if you want to know more about block, just read the manual. Calculation expression will go a little bit later. The simplest mathematical block is assign. So to one kind of variable, we can assign other variable or some constant data. It would be, for example, 13. If we need this, usually it's used, for example, to change trade amount. It's simple actually. Then calculation block. Also simple, it can do only 4 operations, multiply, sum, division, and subtraction. It will work in straight order. So first parameter will be divided by second parameter, and result will be stored in variable. Also here can be used either variables or constant data. That's all. And in this example, I'm creating the problem. It's better not to use out integer variable in result of division. That can create once again an error or exception. And back to calculation expression block. Here we can work with several variables and constants. It's something like Excel table. Here we can add variable, another variable, constant data. By right click we can add column or add row. Oops, add row, or remove. And in result, we set the formula of calculation with no equal sign, so we don't need it like in Excel. We type here directly A1 plus set plus A2 plus A3. It's not a big problem to use uppercase or lowercase. Anyway, it will understand. And result will be stored once again in some kind variable. Here can be used some complex calculations. Once again, read the manual first. Mathematical blocks done. Other, that's a reserve template. Trading blocks. That's all the actions that can be done by strategy. 1 second. Blocks. What we can do. First, set open the market, open position at market price. Input data will be instrument, trade amount. We can set slippage, take profit, or stop loss. By default, they are already set, but if our strategy is not using it, we should delete it. Otherwise, there would be a problem. And comment, we can add some text mark on that exact position and later check these marks, for example, in loop viewer and search for a certain position. Let's call it first and the last. Output data will be the position variable. You should work with these variables only if your strategy works with maybe 1 or 2 positions. Otherwise, if your strategy works with multiple positions, it's better to use position viewer block and go through all the positions. Because of one little trick. If we open at market, for example, there would be, once again, first position, save. As any kind of program, strategy can create bug, problem, error, and for example, this open at market block will happen twice. So first open position would be lost, and second position would be stored in this variable. So it can create problems like lost positions, not lost, but lost uncontrolled positions. So use it carefully. Got it. And other thing. We got several flows after this block. First one happens right after order was sent. Second, if read submit OK, this flow will happen after server reports that order accepted, and only then flow will continue. Where we can use it when we open, for example, simultaneously couple of positions, and we have to be sure that all of them were opened, and only then set take profits, for example. So we have to connect them not with this flow, but search for feel OK flow connected to this position, then open at market, feel okay. So only if these positions will be opened, only then set take profit will be executed. Otherwise, if they, one of these positions would be rejected, nothing will happen then. So it can prevent strategy from creating problems. Sometimes in several strategies I saw that people using several open at market blocks in one row connected this way. For example, they open two positions and try to check the result. So with this system, two orders would be sent, and after that, position viewer will work. And it would not see any positions because opening position takes time, and immediate execution, position viewer will return nothing. While positions would be in opening process, the position array would be empty. So take care of flows. In difference from open at market, we got where is it? Pending open. That's a block that opens pending orders. Stop orders, limits, and bid-ask orders. Here we set the exact price where it should be, and one trick in settings of both of these blocks, we can set price parameter of pips. That will change the setting of stop loss and take profit. We can set it either by exact price, or we can set it in pips from open price. So it changes only stop loss and take profit. What difference we got here? The price level, stop loss, slippage, take profit, the same command, the same. Good till time setting. That here we set the time until that order will be present in system. After that time, order will be cancelled. So we got okay. We continue. Trading. What else we can do? Set trailing stop, set take profit, or set stop loss. Here we get the position variable and change its stop loss, take profit on or trailing stop. This works with positions with already set stop losses or with empty stop loss. If we want to change the price level, for example, of stop order, we have to cancel previous one and set new after previous one was canceled. Trailing stop, got it. And close and cancel position. Simple block. Every position or order that we set here will be position would be closed or would be cancelled. Got it. Not much tricks here. And units, it's not so important blocks. Get time unit returns the exact, for example, hour of date time variable. For example, in date time variable they restored date, day, month, year, and time. So it would be hour, minute, and second. If we need one of these parameters, we searching for number of a minute. We send here, for example, a tick time, and it will return the minute in result variable. By default, it should be integer, but we can change it. Date time string, oh, it can return string data. I don't know how, but it should work. Then sound alert. This block will just beep on any event. You choose the ringtone, and if it should play sound on test, backtesting. Just wait, trader. Wake up now. And stop strategy block, the only block that has no continue flow, because after this block is executed, strategy stopped and everything is lost. No, it's not lost if you use, for example, close position blocks before stopping a strategy. After this block, strategy is stopped, maybe from local or remote run, and then it can be restarted only from platform. That's all, folks. That's all tricks, I think. If you have any questions or ideas, fire at will. Aslam. Hello. Aslam Ahad. We have not much visitors here. 37 minutes. Okay, that's enough. That's all. So see you on next webinar. It would be in a month at the same time. I can invite you to Russian-speaking webinar on Visual JForex if you like. Okay, bye bye.